Hello and welcome to One North Maine, BCA's magazine show. As always, I'm your host, Eamon Convey. Before we get into this episode, we got something going on behind me. Brockton has been transformed into Hollywood East. They are here filming a movie made to look like 1960s Detroit. You guys will have to go check that out in theaters. But let's get right into it. As I said, jam-packed episode this week. We are going over to the Council on Aging picnic, the Police in the Streets 3-on-3 basketball tournament at East Middle School. The Edgar Park Neighborhood Association's Picnic in the Park was a wonderful event. We're going to see the New England Revolution soccer team's clinic that they put on for some of the city's youth. We're going to go down to Elvira's on Main Street. Mayor Bill Carpenter is going to surprise some of the citizens of the City of Champions. And finally, we are going over to the Goddard School, and our local Lowe's employees did a day of service there, cleaning up the school. So sit back, relax, check out this week's episode of One North Maine. Recently, Marciano Stadium hosted the New England Revolution as they came through for a soccer clinic for kids of all ages. You know BCA was on the scene.
You know, Brockton is a great sports city. We're famous for football, we're famous for boxing, but the reality is today that the most popular, fastest growing sport in this city is soccer. And you don't have to look, well, it's true. So you don't have to look any further past than just last year when our Brockton High School boys soccer team competed for the Division I state title. And that shows you the level that our soccer program is at. And all these young people that we're looking out here tonight, this is the feeder program. Our youth soccer leagues are developing the young players that we are going to look forward to representing the city of Brockton and playing for Brockton High School in a few years. So I'm going to turn this over to the Revs. Thanks so much for all being here, and thank you to the Revolution for coming out to the City of Champions tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Brian Bilello. I'm president of the New England Revolution. For us, we've seen the soccer grow tremendously over the 21 years that we've had Major League Soccer here, and the Revolution has been here in New England. And every single year it grows more and more. And that really starts with young people who fall in love with the sport like I did when I was a child, like I'm sure all of our guys here have when they were younger. And just, you know, what I try and tell the kids that I coach, my daughter's team, is just love the game, enjoy the game. And if you love the game and you love playing, you'll want to learn more and you'll want to improve and you want to be better at the game because you love playing. So don't worry about being stressed about winning, losing, scoring goals. Just love playing the game and love learning more about the game. And hopefully everyone will get a little bit of chance to do that today. Before I let you go, I did want to introduce our guys, players that came down here today. So, fellas, just a quick wave for me. Right there, we got Steve Newman right in the front. Matt Turner next to him. Andrew Farrell. I'm going to skip that guy. I'm going to go to Brad Knighton. And then Scott Caldwell, a local guy. He grew up 20, 30 minutes north of here. Actually played in our academy program. Homegrown player for the Revs. Now plays for our we call it the first team. Plays for the professional Revs team. So hopefully one day we've got some of the players right here in the audience playing for the Revs, just like Scotty did. So welcome. Have a good time.
I know that I'm really honored to be named. It's a big job to do. It's really important in a city that is growing in soccer. We have a lot of work to do. I think the staff last year, in the last few years, did a tremendous job getting us to a new stage. And I'm looking to keep us there. And I know we can do that with the talents that we have. And we can keep on going and go to the next step.
We're here with the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Bob Sullivan. Bob, what brings you out to Marciano Stadium today?
Well, first of all, we have the weather, and we have such a wonderful night. I have 3 of my children playing tonight. It's a great clinic, youth soccer. The Revolution has been nice to come here. It's just a wonderful town. Probably over 125 kids here, and this is what Brockton's all about. I want to thank the Revolution for being here, but I'm not a city councilor now. I'm just a proud father, and my kids are having a fun time learning the game.
Well, the sport, MLS has been around for 21 years. 1996 was our first year, and we've seen the sport grow unbelievably, whether it's World Cup and people watching the men's and women's national teams, or people coming to Revolution games. We're going to have probably average 22,000 people a year, 22,000 people a game at Revolution games this year. So it's just tremendous to see how many people are loving soccer, falling in love with soccer, or love soccer and are moving to our community and bringing that love of soccer with them. So I think that's what we see with adults, but we see it most with kids. And so if we have an opportunity to get them to meet a professional coach or meet a professional player, and just have that experience to kick a ball with them and solidify that passion for soccer, I think that's why we're out here today.
Well, we're out here to bring soccer out to the community. Me and a couple of teammates and a lot of the Revolution Academy coaches are here to just show the kids who came up to the clinic a good time, and to show Brockton a little bit more about soccer. I think that soccer is becoming a bigger sport and a more popular sport in this country and also in this community. And so I think it's important for us to come out and show the community what we can do.
Yeah, so we're out here at Brockton High School, and obviously in this area, soccer's growing in popularity, and a lot of youth soccer players are very interested in the sport. So we're out here kind of promoting the sport, and getting kids involved in some clinics and activities, and showing our support for the New England community and the soccer that's going on out here. It's great. I mean, it teaches them a lot of values, and through sports they can obviously make friends and stay active, which are all positive things for kids in the community to be getting into.
I started playing soccer when I was 5. I played a lot of different sports growing up: football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and I kind of had to make a decision. I was 13 and I chose soccer, and I felt like that was the best opportunity for me to make it as a professional, and I turned professional in 2007 here with the Revolution. Yeah, it's a fabulous night out here, and the kids are going to enjoy it, and we're thankful to be a part of this.
In the last decade, the rest of the world caught up to us in football, and we're a very good Division I program, but we're certainly not as 20 years ago. But at the same token, this year our boys soccer team played for the state championship. It shows where you know, we've always been a great sports city, a great city of, you know, great athletes. I think what you're seeing happening is that more and more of our athletes are playing soccer. And I'm excited about it. This is exciting. I mean, would you have thought 10 years ago that you'd offer a soccer clinic and hundreds of kids and families would turn out for it? It's just great.
Well, that just about wraps it up here from Marciano Stadium. A very successful youth clinic hosted by the New England Revolution. Eamon, back to you.
This is Brockton's East Middle School, and BCA is here today for the second annual Police in the Streets 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Lots of good action about to take place on the court, but beforehand, we had a wonderful event filled with a youth clinic on these very same basketball courts, some free food, Mayor Carpenter came by in an ice cream truck, and of course, one of the lovely police officers got himself into the dunk tank and had a splash. Let's go onto the court and see that basketball tournament.
Coach is going to make a couple of teams and you guys are going to be able to play games, okay? Incredible job, guys. All I did is I wanted you guys to push you to your limit. We go over and beyond so you guys can all believe you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to be good at any sport, you can do it. It's just by working harder than anyone else. You understand? Yeah. I love you guys. You did a great job. I want to hear family on three. You understand? Yeah. Family on three. 1, 2, 3, family!
So we just want to thank you guys for coming out. And let's give it up to your ball. One person at a time. We'll start over this one, okay?
There are a lot of good things going on outside of this event, one of which is a school supply drive. Alpha Kappa Alpha, the sorority, is helping out with this. And Barbara Marshall, tell us a little bit about how you got involved with this event.
Well, we got contacted last year for the first annual, asking us if we can provide some, support and supplies and everything, in which we were quite happy to. We work with anything within the city of Brockton as far as bringing whatever needs Brockton has. So one of the things as my chapter, our sorority does, is that our goal is to give out 1 million backpacks in the next 4 years. So this falls great into our whole program itself.
Me, Rosie, and Ollie, we sat down with a couple other people and we decided that we wanted to put together something to give back to the community, and we came up with this concept of Police in the Streets. It's us actually getting into the streets and try to build a relationship with other different people here in the city.
So it's just great to see this environment, this energy. It's great, it's good for the city, it's good for the hometown, Go Brockton.
Love basketball.
The second annual Police in the Streets 3-on-3 basketball tournament was a splash hit. The dunk tank, Mayor Carpenter giving out his ice cream, and of course, unbelievable action on the basketball court. But that will just about do it from East Middle School. This event put on as part of a movie night this evening, but beforehand, the Edgar Park Neighborhood Association and the Stacey Adams Cultural Building came together to sponsor an afternoon of music, dancing for the kids, great food, maybe even a water park. Let's go inside Edgar Park and check out this wonderful event. So Howard, obviously a beautiful event here at Edgar Park. What was Stacey Adams Cultural Building's role in all of this?
Well, we wanted to sponsor something close to our business. We've been there about a year and a half, and this park is a very important part of the neighborhood. So we're involved with keeping it clean, working with the Edgar Park Association, make sure it's safe and good for the kids. People need to know that there's a lot of positive activities in Brockton. We have a lot of kids, we have dance studios, recording, music, photography, and there's a lot of things that kids can get involved in and be active in, and we think that's a big part of being a kid.
Another day and another great event in the City of Champions, this one at Edgar Park. Big thanks to the Stacey Adams Cultural Building and, of course, the Edgar Park Neighborhood Association for putting on this wonderful event for children of all ages, dancing, free food, good, clean fun out in the sun as it was a beautiful day. But that will just about do it.
Elvera's Cafe is open for business again after a 5-week hiatus due to an explosion. Mayor Bill Carpenter celebrated their reopening by buying coffee for the public. Mad Dog Matt Nelson had coffee with the mayor, and it was a scene right out of When Harry Met Sally, where the order became very complicated and the line grew and grew and grew and grew.
I think Elvera's, what Sandy's done here is a great story for downtown. I think it was important for us to come out as a community this morning and support her as she's still recovering from the effects of the electrical fires in July that put her out of business for close to a month. We thought it wouldn't be a bad idea to get everyone to come in for a cup of coffee this morning to get people back in the habit of stopping into Elvera's for their morning coffee. You know, she really represents the future of our downtown in terms of small business, family-owned business, female-owned business, and you know, it's important to us as a whole. This may just seem like one small coffee shop, but this is a very important piece of what we're looking to develop here in the downtown, and it's happening. But I think it's important that while we're focusing efforts and working on continuing to attract other businesses to come to the downtown, we need to support the people that are here right now. And Sandy and her family have made an investment here. They're hardworking people. They've got a great business. So we want everyone to come into Elvera's down on Main Street to get their morning coffee or lunch or bagel or whatever they come in for.
This is the Goddard School, nestled next to Brockton's downtown area. My dad actually learned his ABCs here, if you can believe it. It's a gorgeous school, but recently Lowe's employees came by and they did a massive cleanup here. They got the school looking awesome. Let's check out the grounds and see the project that our local Lowe's employees here in Brockton were able to do at the Goddard School.
project. And they choose a school every year to do a beautification project. And so they're going to install some garden beds and basically help the Goddard School to just be a better place for our students.
Okay.
So we're very appreciative. And they said, hey, we want to choose another school this year in the area. I think they have an entire region here in the South Shore. And so we said we would love it if you would choose the Goddard School to do this project for this year. Last year they did the now Frederick Douglass School over at the Keith Center. So we're so very happy that they're here today.
We're making a seating area back here. And then here we're just fixing up the cement. The fence was falling down, so we're fixing up the fence. And then we're gonna make a raised bed back here. That way the kids can have their own garden that they can, keep up with throughout the year. And then up in the front, we're just cleaning it up, putting new shrubs, putting mulch down, kind of getting rid of like the plants and stuff that were dying, and then, just making it a better entrance in the front. Lowe's is a great company to work for just because they allow us to do things like this. To be able to come out here and do the community service every year, Lowe's gives us this opportunity, and it's wonderful, and we have such a great budget to do it. And the staff themselves, they love it. We have so many people within the store that volunteer, and I have at least 10 associates that this is their day off, and they still wanted to come in and do this for the kids.
Red Cafeteria, Brockton High School. That's where we are. What's going on, you may ask? It's the annual Council on Aging Senior Picnic. There's food, there's fun, there's music. I'm gonna run out of fingers because there's too many things to count. A lot of fun, camaraderie, people catching up with each other. Enough from me, let's go check out the action.
One very special person I want to say thank you to and a goodbye to. His name is Robert Buckley. Buck, can you come up here a second, please? And I've been through a couple administrations, and I have to tell you, Buck is a hard-working chief of staff. We butted heads. I had to get up. Butted heads a couple times, but we always found our way back to make things right for people. So I have a little something to show my appreciation. So can you hold this and sing a minute?
I just want you to know I never won one battle with her. Okay?
So you can hold the microphone.
Okay. Uh-oh.
So Buck is going to go back to the school department to teach. And I didn't want him to forget us, and certainly he's not far behind being a senior at our center. So,
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
we got a t-shirt.
Oh, excellent. And now I have something to wear on the first day of school.
We got you a little clock so you're on time.
Thank you.
We got you a bookmarker, because you'll have some books.
Excellent.
We got you a light, because sometimes you might lose power and you can find your way out. And lastly, because I know he always liked to come to the events where there was food. Hello, he's here. We got you a little change purse for lunch money.
Thank you very much.
So, Buck, thank you very much, and we wish you a lot of luck in your future. Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I know everyone's eating. I'll be real brief. I just want to first thank Janice, Michelle, Dottie, everyone at the Council on Aging that does such a great job putting this event on every year. I look forward to being here with you every year. This year, for the first time, I didn't wear a white shirt. So the last 2 years in a row, I normally wear white dress shirts, and the last 2 years I've had to go home and change my shirt after I left. So this year, hopefully this one will hide a couple stains a little bit better than the white shirts did. Janice, I find it hard to believe that you got a t-shirt in Buck sized. I didn't realize you made them in that size, but that's nice. And I appreciate all the elected officials being here. I want to thank all the elected officials for being here to join us. Once I start naming names, I'll forget someone, but I mean our reps, Jerry Cassidy and Claire Cronin, and our state senator Mike Brady, to have our whole delegation here with us. I think Michelle's due here also. A number of our city councilors are here with us, and we're enjoying a great meal. For our second year now, you know, we are hosting the prescription drug take back with the Council on Aging. And this has been a really successful program in getting unused, potentially very dangerous and addictive drugs off the streets of our city before they fall into the wrong hands and get misused by someone. Also keeps our seniors much safer, and you're not a target to be robbed if someone were to know that you were in possession of some prescription medication they might like to get their hands on. So it keeps you guys safer, it makes the city safer, and I just want to thank everyone. This green box has already been filled once, and we had to take a little time, transfer those things out of here, and now we're hoping to fill it up for a second time.
Well, that just about wraps up another annual Council on Aging Senior Picnic.
As you can see, it is a gorgeous evening here in the City of Champions. Got the full moon overhead, the stars shining bright, and all is well here in Brockton. But that will just about do it. Don't forget, guys, check out our website at bcatv.org. You can also find some of our on-demand content at youtube.com/the Brockton channels. For everybody at One North Main, I'm Eamon Convent.
Now Israeli body got a sweet little woman like mine, yeah. Got to be somebody, got a sweet little woman like mine, yeah. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Yeah! Can I get a witness? Talking about my baby, some kind of wonderful. Talking about my baby, some kind of wonderful. Talking about my baby, some kind of wonderful. Talking about my baby, my baby, my baby. Talking about my baby, some kind of wonderful. Talk about everyone here, some kind of wonderful. Talking about Brockton.